Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Patrick from Bury St Edmunds. My big brother Anthony from Letchworth Garden City.
Couple number two.
Hi, Xander, I'm Helen, and this is my son John, and we're from the original Richmond in North Yorkshire.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Pauline, I'm from North Wales, and this is my friend Patty from Malvern.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Ray, this is my wife Diane, we're both retired and we're from Chelmsford.
And these are today's contestants. There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Very warm welcome to you. Lovely to have you here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a smarter cookie than a choc chip with an MA in advanced physics. My pointless friend is Richard.
Hiya. Afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back, Patrick and Anthony, our only returning pair from the last show. Got through to round two. Now, talking of the last show, Nia and Josie, both from Swansea.
Yeah.
Got through to our final round, played a round on Oscars. £4,000 up for grabs and won the money. Oh, not only did they... don't pretend it's brilliant. Although it was, and Josie said to us, you know, you said, look, if you were to win, what would you spend the money on? And she said, well, you know, it'd go towards my wedding in Las Vegas, which we were always thought, oh, that's lovely.
Nice.
And then Nia pointed out that Josie's boyfriend hadn't actually proposed yet. So this was, I wonder if by now he's been forced to. It's been a what? Yeah, interesting.
Wonder.
I mean, that's a good way of forcing someone's hand.
Issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly. By the way, I did say on television, on BBC One...
that we were going to get married in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I did win £4,000 by saying Lupita Nyong'o, so probably we should get married. Anyway, it's a lovely thought. Perhaps we'll get invited to a Vegas wedding.
Ah!
That'd be good. I'll go as Elvis.
I'll
probably go as Elvis Costello, actually, with these glasses, but I will go as Elvis.
Anyway, yes, I don't know who I'd go as.
You could go as the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz.
That's exactly what I'll go as.
There you go.
Some straw. Be fine.
That'd be lovely.
Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Nia and Josie won the jackpot last time, as you'll have gathered, so today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. As you very well know, it will be the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated, so keep your scores as low as you can. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is US geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns major cities in US states that are not capitals. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you 7 pairs of cities. You need to tell us which state you would find those cities in, please. 14 in all to have a go at home, because the state capitals are often not the biggest cities.
No.
But we'll go through what the capitals are as we go along as well.
Very good. Thank you. OK, let's reveal our first board of pairs of US cities. Tulsa, Norman. Houston, Dallas. Baltimore, Frederick. Jacksonville, Miami. Casper, Laramie. Memphis, Chattanooga. And Worcester, Cambridge. I'll read those all again. Tulsa, Norman. Houston, Dallas. Baltimore, Frederick. Jacksonville, Miami. Casper, Laramie. Memphis, Chattanooga. And Worcester, Cambridge. There we are, Anthony. Welcome back. Welcome back. Lovely to have you with us again. Anthony, remind us all about yourself.
OK, I'm Anthony from Letchworth Garden City. I did spend 29 years in the civil service. I'm now sort of retired from that. I am now a sort of retail store operator, you know, sort of...
What are you operating in the retail store?
To be honest, it's a major retail store. You know, I provide customer service and...
Am I a retail like a supermarket or a department store?
It's a supermarket.
It's a supermarket.
It's an express store, yeah.
OK, I see. An express store.
It's an express
store. That narrows it down.
Would you describe it as a sort of a metro-y store or a local store or what would you describe it as? I'm trying to work out what it is. That's all I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to work out if it's Tesco.
I wasn't too sure if you were allowed to mention...
Oh, you can't say Tesco. If you say Tesco, we have to mention every other supermarket. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll say Tesco and I'll mention every other supermarket during this round and we'll be absolutely covered.
Perfect. Absolutely fine. There we go. Now, Anthony, what are you going to go for on the board here?
OK, I've got 2 in mind, but I'm going to be strategic. I'm going to play it very, very safe, and I'm going to go for Texas.
For
Texas.
which one?
Well, sorry, Houston, Dallas.
OK.
Texas, please.
Texas, says Anthony. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Texas for Houston and Dallas. It's right. Ooh, 86. 86 for Texas.
Yeah, and the state capital of Texas is Austin. And Dallas, it's got the only Sainsbury's in the United States.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. John, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, John.
Hello there, Xander. Good to be here. I'm John, and I'm a filmmaker.
Yeah, that's fun. What sort of, in what capacity are you a filmmaker?
So I work mainly as a first assistant director, which is a lot of stress and a lot of organising people.
First ADs are they're the people who run the show. They run the show. You have the director who sits around drinking cups of coffee going, oh, yes, I think so. And you've got the first assistant director who's the one going, right, OK, come on, first positions, please, first position. OK, we've got to get this scene done. We've got 3 minutes to get this done. What are you doing? That's first assistant director.
It was like looking in a mirror then, so...
They're quite angry people sometimes. Or they're very...
I keep a level head.
Yes, they speak quietly and carry a big stick. Now then, John, what are you going to go for?
Yes. I was really eyeing up that Texas because, I'll be honest, I'm not too confident here.
Well, I think I would say Anthony helped you out there. 86 points you'd have got for
Yeah,
Texas.
but that's better than 100, which I might score, and I'm going to go for Tulsa, Norman, Alaska.
Alaska for Tulsa, Norman. Yeah, maybe Texas would have been better. Let's find out. How many of our 100 people said Alaska for Tulsa, Norman? I'm sorry, John. I'm afraid that scores you 100 points. But you're not that far ahead from the mean score so far.
Yeah, unlucky, John. Yeah, the difference in scores, I would say, is pretty little. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Patty, welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here from Malvern.
Yes,
Well, we love Malvern.
yes.
Tell us all about yourself, Patty.
Well, I'm retired now, but I'm busier now than I've ever been all the years that I worked. One of my main things that I like doing, from the age of 14, it was on my bucket list to be a backing singer in a band. So about 3 years ago, a group of us, there's 10 of us, all different ages, all got together, and we're a band, and I'm a backing singer, and we're called Bucket List because it was on my bucket list.
It sounds like it was your band, Patty. Did you put it all together?
No.
No. I mean,
it was
you're
a
not
group
all
effort.
backing singers. There's
No,
got to be some...
there's guitarists and there's keyboard and drums. They're all talented. I just play the tambourine.
And dance. You've got to do
yeah.
a dance.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
you all
because-
dance the same dance?
Oh, yeah.
How many of you are there on backing?
2.
We should have backing singers on this.
That's a great idea. Really good idea.
We could have a trio there,
Yeah.
and they could just, even if they're not singing, they could just do this during the rounds.
That'd be a lovely job for someone. Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah, really nice.
OK, Patty, what are you going to go for?
Well, I was eyeing up the Worcester one because I come from Worcester, but in this country, don't know where it is in America. So I'm going to go for Memphis and Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Tennessee, says Patty. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Tennessee for Memphis and Chattanooga. It's right. Well, 100 is the high score, 86 is the low, and you passed both of them. 52, Patty. Very well done.
Yeah, Memphis and Chattanooga. I would have rather had Memphis and Secaucus, then we could have had M&S, but unfortunately not.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Ray, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Ray.
I'm retired. I used to be in the transport section. Before that, previously, I was a publican for 25 years in London. Now, I just take up my time learning DIY because we all get a list when we retire, and it's a never-ending list, believe me. It never stops.
That list didn't have "be a backing singer" written on it.
That's on my bucket list.
OK, different list. So, Ray, where was your pub when you had your pub?
The last one we had was in the Old Kent Road in London.
Wow, is it still there?
No, it's a block of flats now, like many other pubs, unfortunately.
Wow, it's a very tall pub.
Yeah.
OK, now, Ray, you're the last person to have this board. Do you want to fill in all our blanks for us?
I think Tulsa might be Oklahoma, I'm not sure. Jacksonville and Miami is obviously Florida. But I'm tempted with the bottom one, Cambridge. And I'm going to go for Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, says Ray.
Right or wrong?
Well, it sounds right to me, and you're getting a nod from Patty. So let's see how many of our 100 people said Massachusetts for Cambridge and Worcester. It is Massachusetts. It's a good answer, Ray. Look at that, down goes to 20. Very well done indeed.
Well played, Ray. Took us through the board very nicely there as well. Yeah, Massachusetts. Worcester, they have a classical music festival in Worcester, have done for 150 years.
That's
Do
nice.
you know what the state rose of Massachusetts is?
It's Himalayan musk.
It's not. It's a Waitrose. Now, let's... I'm done with those now, you'll be glad to hear. I think we'll leave it there. Shall we fit in the rest of these? Now, Tulsa and Norman is Oklahoma. Would have scored 27 points. Baltimore and Frederick is Maryland. Would have scored 26. Quite right about Jacksonville and Miami. That is Florida. Would have scored 64. Now, the best answer on the board is Casper and Laramie. It's also, we discovered the other day, the last state in alphabetical order.
Ah, Wyoming.
Wyoming
Yes.
is the answer, yep. And that would have scored 14. Well, I don't know if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. We're halfway through our first round. Let's have a look at those scores. 20, the best score of the past. Ray, very strong indeed on that far podium. Looks like Ray knows his stuff, I think. 52 is where we find Patty and Pauline. And then 86 is where we find Anthony and Patrick. And then 100, short hop and a skip up to John and Helen there. Helen, how good is your US state knowledge, do you think?
Let's see.
Good luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more pairs of US cities up on the board, and here they come. What states would you find these in? Los Angeles, San Diego, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, Reno, Fort Wayne, Evansville, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Wichita, Overland Park, and Seattle, Spokane. I'll read those all again. Los Angeles, San Diego, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Las Vegas, Reno, Fort Wayne, Evansville, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Wichita, Overland Park, and Seattle, Spokane. There we are. Now, Di, welcome. Lovely to have you here, Di. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I'm also retired. I retired when he did, even though I shouldn't have. I just felt lazy.
Quite, well, exactly. You don't want to be heading off out when Ray's
No.
sitting around at home. It's going to be fun.
So mostly now I like gardening, as a lot of people do, but I've been trying to write a book for the last 20-odd years about our life in the pubs and especially life in the Old Kent Road.
Well, exactly. A pub in the Old Kent Road. I mean, that's proper.
Yes. Well, yes. I mean, I'll tell you some stories, but I don't think I could because it was a bit like the Wild West on a Saturday night.
I should think it probably was. So how far have you got with your book?
Oh, I'm about 4 chapters in. I was writing it on a laptop and the laptop broke and we've never replaced it, so if I win this tonight, I'm going to buy myself a new laptop.
You have to get some forensics person to see if they can track it down. Maybe they can find it in that old laptop. Anyway, fascinating. Di, there you are on 20. Fabulous score from Ray. If you can score 79 or less, you're definitely into the next round.
OK. I think I'm going to go for Las Vegas, which is in Nevada.
Nevada for Las Vegas. Reno, let's see how many of our 100 people said Nevada. There's your red line. It's right. And you're through. There we are, down to 54. 74 is your total. Very well done indeed on podium 4.
Well played, Di. The state capital of Nevada is Carson City. And in the 1900 census for Las Vegas, 30 people lived there in the 1900 census. Isn't that amazing when you see this explore the millions and millions now? If you need an expert, by the way, in laptops that have never worked, I'm your man.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Pauline.
Hello.
Pauline, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
From North Wales.
Yes.
How lovely. Whereabouts in North Wales?
In Flintshire, Holywell, just outside.
Very lovely.
I run a bed and breakfast there with my husband.
That's quite fun.
It is, yeah.
I mean, how long have you been doing that for?
17 years?
Wow.
I know, I can't believe it, really.
Wow.
It seems like 2 or 3.
Do you find that a lot of people who come are people who've been many times before?
In the beginning, yes,
Yeah.
but most of them died off by now.
What are you giving them for breakfast?
In the beginning, we had lots of people, but, you know, they came to see people, family and friends locally. But they've sort of disappeared over the years. And now with the online booking and everything, it's a sort of totally different story, really.
When do you have your... I mean, what stage of the day do you think, all right, there seems to be no one coming in tonight, we'll shut up shop? Or do you always kind of have to keep an ear open just in case?
We try and... Because now with the online booking, you have to manage the diary really carefully, otherwise you'd have no life at all.
Well, exactly, I was going to say.
So we just block out days if we want days off. And
quite right.
other days, if we've got some people in, then we'll just leave the books open and people can come up until about 7 in the evening.
OK. All right.
Any later than that, you worry about what state they're going to be in.
Yeah, oh, God, yeah, right, absolutely. Pauline.
Yes.
You're on 52.
Right.
A score of 47 or less
OK.
keeps you in the game.
I will go for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania for Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Pennsylvania. Here is your red line. It is Pennsylvania. Well done, gets you through. Down it goes to 26. Your score is 78.
Yeah, the state capital there is Harrisburg. Something which is obvious, actually, when you think about it, but I hadn't worked out before, is Pittsburgh is named after William Pitt, the elder.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Harrisburg, Richard Harris.
The elder.
Yeah, the elder.
No, it's named after Keith Harris, Harrisburg.
Of course it is. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Helen, welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you here, Helen. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I've been a midwife for over 30 years. I've mainly worked on the community in very rural areas, getting lifts from tractors to get up to see patients. And
That's very romantic, really, isn't it? So whereabouts, remind me, what's the area?
In Teesdale.
In Teesdale. I mean, so beautiful there. And so, yeah, all those children. All those children. So I was at school with lots of people who'd been delivered by my father. Because my father's a rural GP, so
I thought you worked for Amazon.
Helen, there you are. You're on 100. You're the high scorers.
Yeah.
We need a low score from you. I don't know how comfortable Patrick's looking with what's left of the board, but that is your only route.
I know one for certain, which I think is going to be too high.
OK.
So I'm going to try Cleveland, Ohio.
OK, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Ohio, says Helen. No red line for you as you're the high scorers at the moment, but let's see how far down the column we get with Ohio. There we are, 39. 139 is your total.
A very good answer. Now, Cleveland, I find this hard to believe, but apparently it's true. It was originally spelt with an A, so it's Cleveland, like we would spell Cleve. And one of the newspapers, to shorten its masthead, took the A out, and it stuck. And that's why it's called Cleveland now. Without
funny.
Isn't that weird? The first A, obviously. Always had the A in land.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, Cleveland.
Because obviously we've got a Cleveland here, and you might have thought that was named after our Cleveland.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, yeah. Cleveland up in the northeast.
Of course. Yeah, apparently not.
Apparently
or
not.
perhaps they did it and they spelt it wrong. And
maybe Cleveland in the northeast had a similar story. Who knows?
Maybe, who knows?
Maybe they were called Scleveland in the northeast.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Anyway,
Drop in
there we
letters.
are. Thank you. Now, Patrick. Patrick, he's been so patient. He's been waiting all this time, watching all his answers get picked off one by one. Patrick, remind us all about yourself.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a teacher. I'm the teacher of maths in Bury St Edmunds. And secondly, I'm an author.
An author, exactly. An author of thrillers.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, indeed. Also, I'll tell you the other thing Patrick is a wearer of racy shirts.
Is this racy?
I think it is. I think you've livened up. This is the second show you've set on fire with your chemise. Now, you're on 86. We need a score of 52 or less from you. Do you think you can do that? And would you like to talk us through the board?
I'll try. Well, the top one's California. I think Wichita's Arkansas or Kansas, but I'm not sure which. Seattle is in Washington. I'm not sure about Fort Wayne, which I think might be the lowest scorer, and I'm not sure if I'm daring enough to take a risk. So, I'm going to say Seattle, Washington. Spokane.
OK, Seattle, Spokane, Washington. Here is your red line. Can you get below that red line with Washington? Let's find out. That's right. You've done it. Oh, you've done it with room to spare. There we are, 33. Taking your total up to 119.
Very nicely played there, Patrick. That's very, very good work. Now, you're quite right about Los Angeles and San Diego. You're right to avoid it as well. We've seen you knocked out, so it scored 75 points. Wichita and Overland Park, it's Kansas rather than Arkansas. It's actually the best answer on the board, 10 points for that. And Fort Wayne and Evansville, it's Indiana. Was the answer there. Would have scored 12. Fort Wayne, that's the birthplace of John Wayne, funnily enough, but whose original name is Marion Morrison. And even to this day in Indiana, there's an awful lot of Morrisons.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Oh, John and Helen. John and Helen, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to be saying goodbye so soon. You've only just got here, but you'll be back here next time. We'll look forward to that very much. But meantime, thanks so much, Helen and John. But for the remaining three pairs, it is now time for round two. Well done, everybody. We made it through to round two. Very exciting indeed. Hats off to you, Ray. Lowest individual score of the round. In fact, Ray and Di, lowest combined score. They're dynamite over on that far podium. Best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two today is chemistry. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many chemical elements that appear alphabetically between neptunium and uranium as they could. Richard?
Yeah, anything on the periodic table as of July 2019, please, that appear between those two elements alphabetically.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And now then, Patrick.
Hi.
Chemical elements between those two chemical elements.
Let's see if I've been swatting up OK. I'm going to say promethium.
Promethium?
Yeah.
Says Patrick. Let's see how many people said promethium. Promethium is right. That's a pointless answer. That bodes very well, Patrick. That being a pointless answer, that's £250 to today's jackpot. Takes total up to £1,250. It scores you nothing and sets you up beautifully.
Lovely, though. You can go back to your school now knowing you have got a pointless answer. You can sit in the staff room, look at the science teachers.
I'm going to milk that one up.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Patty?
Not my best subject, but there's a new one. I think it's organescent.
Organescent? Organescent or oganescent. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said oganescent. It's right. Now then, where's oganescent going to finish up? It's another pointless answer. Very well done indeed, Patty. That adds another £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £1,500. Also scores you nothing.
This is going well, isn't it?
Isn't it just?
That's very good. I wouldn't want to be Di. That's annoying. That everyone's getting. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, oganescent, as you say, it's one of the new ones.
Yeah, thank you.
Discovered very recently.
Yeah, very recently. Di, can we keep this run up?
I doubt it very much, but I shall try osmium.
Osmium, says Di. Let's see how many of our 100 people said osmium. Well, we're on a hat-trick ball. Down it goes, still going down. 3 for osmium.
3 points, letting the side down there with that enormous score. Yeah, osmium, as I always say, named after me because it's dense and hard to work with.
Thank you very... It's just so untrue on both scores, actually. But yeah, well, actually, it happens. But thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. Only 2 scores between the 3 pairs. Nothing, of course, is the best score of the round. Patrick and Anthony, Patty and Pauline, all on nothing. Di and Ray way ahead on 3 there, Ray. So, yeah, ideally we're looking for a score of about -3 from you, Ray, in the next pass. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, so, Ray, remember we're looking for chemical elements with names alphabetically between neptunium and uranium.
I'll have a go with tantalum.
Tantalum, says Ray. No red line for you as you're the high scorers at the moment, but let's see how many of our 100 said tantalum. It's right. That's a good answer. Oh, one. Down to one. Very well done indeed, Ray. Takes your total up to 4.
This is brilliant stuff, isn't it, so far? Very good. Yeah, that's got the chemical symbol Ta, tar. That's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now, Pauline.
It's all going to end here, you know that, don't you? Sorry, Patty. Not my strongest subject, and I'd seemed to learn them at the beginning of the alphabet, so I didn't quite get this far. I'll try radium.
Radium, says Pauline. Let's see how many of our 100 people said radium. You want to score 3 or less if you can. There is your red line. Radium. It's right.
It's right.
22 for radium.
Yeah, now, radium was originally discovered on the Old Kent Road, and it was named after Ray and Di.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Anthony.
Hi.
Now, you have a target of 21. 21 or less. Oh, no.
Not my favourite subject, and I'm surrounded by scientists. Radium was my ace in the hole. I can think of 2 or 3, but I know they're high scorers. But I don't think I've got any choice. I can't think of any that will potentially get me a low score. I'm going to go for potassium.
OK, potassium, says Anthony. Let's see, here's your red line. You may get below that. Let's find out. Potassium. Potassium is right. Oh, it's getting close. You've done it! Look at that, 20! 21 was needed, 20 is what you've got. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 20.
Well done, Anthony. Nicely played. Some good brotherly work there. Shall we take a look at some pointless answers here? There are a fair few, actually. Let's take a look. Some of the new ones are here as well, alongside Oganesson. Nihonium, that's another of the new ones. Praesodymium is a pointless answer. Promethium, we've already had from Patrick. Rutgenium is a pointless answer. Samarium. Scandium, Seaborgium, Tellurium, another couple of answers as well. Tennessine, which is another of the new ones, and Ruthenium as well. They were all pointless answers. Very well done if you said one of them.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we find ourselves at the end of our second round, and now we have to say goodbye to another pair. Oh, Patty and Pauline, you were nearly through there. You were nearly through. You've left some money behind for whoever wins the jackpot, which might be you when you come back next time. That would be nice. Anyway, it's been lovely having you on the show. Look forward to seeing you next time, Patty and Pauline. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Di and Ray, Patrick and Anthony. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,500. Well, here we are in the head-to-head, which means you can now confer before you give an answer. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, what about that?
It's good. It's been a good show, hasn't it, so far?
Tell you what, Di and Ray, I mean, they haven't really put a foot wrong at all, have they?
Yeah, very, very nice. And lovely to see... Patrick, you're the younger brother, right?
Yeah.
I'm a younger brother. Lovely to see a younger brother really helping an older brother out. That's
For real.
nice. Nice to see. We all spotted what happened there.
Anyway, it all bodes very well for I don't know who, but one of you is going to do fantastically well. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns famous Jeffreys. Richard.
At last, we're doing famous Jeffreys. 5 pictures of Jeffreys now, but who's the most obscure Jeffrey?
OK, thank you. Pick your Jeffrey from these Jeffreys. We've got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 Jeffreys of renown. Di and Ray, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
Who would you go for? I'm not sure.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
OK, we'd like to go for E. Geoffrey Howe.
OK, E. Geoffrey Howe. Now then, Patrick and Anthony, over to you. Talk us through the Jeffreys.
OK, A's Geoffrey Rush, the actor. B's Geoffrey from Rainbow, but I just can't get his last name. I'm not sure about C, but we're going to go for D, which is Jeffrey Tambor, the actor.
Jeffrey Tambor, say Patrick and Anthony. So we have Geoffrey Howe and we have Jeffrey Tambor. Di and Ray are going for Geoffrey Howe for E. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Geoffrey Howe. Geoffrey Howe is right. 45 for Geoffrey Howe. Patrick and Anthony, meanwhile, have gone for Jeffrey Tambor for D. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it, if it is. Not Jeffrey Tambor, which means Di and Ray, after one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, not Jeffrey Tambor, I'm afraid. It is an actor, but also sculptor, painter, all sorts of things. Jeffrey Holder is the answer. It's the best answer on the board as well. Would have scored 1 point. You were quite right about Geoffrey Rush. He would have won you the point as well, because he would have scored you 22. It is Geoffrey from Rainbow, but Geoffrey from Rainbow's surname? Hayes.
Hayes.
Geoffrey Hayes. Would have scored you 4 points. That's a terrific answer. Now, you've upset a chemistry teacher with your chemistry knowledge. Fortunately, you haven't upset the English teacher, because that is Geoffrey Chaucer. Yeah. And he would have scored 39.
Well, thank you very much indeed. OK, now, here comes your second question, Patrick and Anthony. You have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question today is all about tableware for specific foods. Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pieces of tableware now, but we've left out alternate letters of their names. What are these, please? All used for specific foodstuffs.
Very good indeed. OK, let's reveal our tableware. And here it is. TATRC, PPEML, SUTRE, CKSAD, and GAYBA. I'll read those all again. TATRC, PPEML, SUTRE, CKSAD, and GAYBA. There we are. Patrick and Anthony will go first.
We know some of them. We were trying to work out which one would be the lowest scorers. There's one we're not sure about. We're going to go for Gravy Boat.
OK, you're going to go for Gravy Boat at the bottom there now. Di and Ray, how about you? Do you want to talk us through that board?
We think it's toast rack, pepper mill, soup tureen, cake stand, and gravy boat. I think we'll go for soup tureen.
OK, soup tureens. We have Gravy Boat versus soup tureen. Ooh, I wouldn't want to call that. Patrick and Anthony are going for Gravy Boat at the bottom there. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Gravy Boat. Gravy Boat is right. That goes down to 43. Meanwhile, Di and Ray have gone for soup tureen in the middle there. Let's see how many of our 100 people got soup tureen. Soup tureen is right. And it wins the point. Oh, by a mile. Look at that. Down it goes to 16 for soup tureen. Which means, very well done, Di and Ray. After only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Very well played, Di and Ray. Terrific stuff there. It was a tricky one. That was tricky to work out which one was going to be the lowest scorer, wasn't it? Let's take a look at what everything scored. We've been through all the answers. It is toast rack. That would have scored you 26. Again, would have beaten Gravy Boats. Peppermill is the highest scorer. 66 for Peppermill. And Cake Stand would have scored you 47. So soup tureen is the best answer you could have given. Well played.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. I'm so sorry, Patrick and Anthony. This is where our paths divide. We say goodbye to you. It's been lovely having you on both shows. You played really, really well. And I'm sorry that you didn't get a chance to play for that jackpot. But thank you very much indeed, Patrick and Anthony.
Thank you.
But for Di and Ray, it is now time for our Pointless Fun. Huge congratulations, Di and Ray. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now get a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,500. Well, just one appearance on the show and 2-0 in the head-to-head. Now, normally, both of those facts taken together point to a shoe-in the jackpot round. That's what I like to think, anyway. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
I think the usual is a bit of sport, geography, gardening.
No
Old Kent
gardening.
Road.
Yeah. Pubs in the Old Kent Road.
Pubs in the Old Kent Road.
Or as they were.
That would be, yeah. Were there lots and lots of them in your day?
There were a few, yeah.
And most of them aren't there now.
No, I should think not. Do you think all those people in the Old Kent Road be watching now going, oh, yes, who's that? It's Ray, they'll be saying.
I remember.
That's my Old Kent Road voice.
That's really good.
Isn't it? That was Ray. She's Ray to die on the... Now...
I was transported back there, Jen.
There we are. Listen, any time. Now, you have to choose from the board one of the subjects that's going to come up. There'll be 4 for you to choose from. We've got to hope there's something up there that you like the look of. I can't promise, but you know how it is. Let's see. Today's selection looks like this. Johann Sebastian Bach, European football players, managers and clubs, films about rock music, prize-winning female authors.
Right, well, we can definitely rule out
Bach, yeah. Films.
But rock music, I can't think of any, can you?
No, female authors.
No,
Got to be football, isn't it?
Got to be footballers, even though European, we don't know much about. But we'll try.
We'll give European footballers a go.
OK, European footballers it is.
OK, very best of luck. We're looking for any of the following 3 things, please. We're looking for any club which has won the European Super Cup from 1973 all the way through to 2019. We are looking for any head coach of Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, so that's from 1965 all the way through to the 18-19 season. Or we are looking for any player who scored one of Barcelona's best goals ever. In 2019, they did their 64 best goals ever. Any player who scored one of Barcelona's best ever goals. So Super Cup winners, Bayern Munich head coaches and Barcelona goal scorers. Very best of luck.
OK, now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready? Yeah, ready? OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK. Winners of European. If winners of European Cups, if you think about the likes of, well, Liverpool won it this year, and we won it in the past.
Forest, wasn't it?
Yes. So what about the German Dortmund, somebody like that? Players who scored Barcelona's goals.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know
Head
any.
coaches of Bayern Munich didn't Mourinho do it?
I wondered about that.
We'll give Mourinho.
Yeah, so we'll go for, I think, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Liverpool. It's not going to be pointless. And Jose Mourinho.
Think of another one of Liverpool.
What about, I think, one of the German teams? Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, OK.
OK, you happy?
Yeah.
OK, we're going to stop the clock. There, with 10 seconds still to go. We're going to stop the clock. So confident are you with your answers?
Yeah, right.
What 3 can you give me? If you could say which category you're
Right, so 2 from the winners of European Super Cup we're going to go for Borussia Dortmund and Nottingham Forest.
Borussia Dortmund, Nottingham Forest.
And then head coaches of Bayern Munich, we're going to take a punt on Jose Mourinho.
OK, Jose Mourinho. OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Forest, I would have thought if it's right.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest.
OK, Nottingham Forest we put last. Least likely to be pointless?
I would have thought the German one.
OK, Borussia Dortmund and then Jose Mourinho put in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Borussia Dortmund, Jose Mourinho and Nottingham Forest. Well, 3 answers there. Wouldn't it be lovely if one of those turned out to be pointless and won you that jackpot? 1,500 quid. Well, be a nice thing to be taken back to Chelmsford. What would you like to do with it if you won, Di?
I'd like to buy a few kitchen gadgets, perhaps spend a bit of it in the garden. Perhaps go out for a nice meal.
Oh, all of those things?
Yes.
Surely.
Yes.
Ray, how about you?
Well, I thought we might treat us to a nice day out at the Open next year.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Be good.
Very nice. OK, well, best of luck.
Memorable way.
3 good answers. Let's hope one of these wins that jackpot for you. Borussia Dortmund is your first answer. In this case, we're looking for any winner of the European Super Cup. If Borussia Dortmund is right and it is pointless, you leave here with that jackpot of £1,500. How many people said Borussia Dortmund? OK, that's an incorrect answer. Let's move on to your next. We've got Jose Mourinho there. In this case, we were looking for any head coach of Bayern Munich. If Jose Mourinho is pointless, £1,500 is yours. How many people said Jose Mourinho? No, bad luck.
It's going well.
It's going quite well.
It's going very well. It's going as planned.
Let's not dwell on that. Let's move on to your third and final answer, Nottingham Forest. Because in this case, we're back on the European Super Cup winners. If Nottingham Forest is right and is pointless, you will win that jackpot of £1,500. How many people said Nottingham Forest? Is right.
Oh.
Well, Borussia Dortmund was incorrect, Jose Mourinho was incorrect, but Nottingham Forest is absolutely on the money. Down we go through the teams, but Nottingham Forest is single figure still going down. Nottingham Forest. That is a great score. That was a brilliant answer. Very well done. And you ordered that beautifully, putting Nottingham Forest last there. Sadly, though, you didn't find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but you do get to take home a pointless trophy. So there you are. And it's been lovely having you on the show, Diane.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure from start to finish. Thank you. So Borussia Dortmund got through to the final of the Super Cup, didn't win it, so not a bad answer at all. I'm going to go through the pointless answers here. There'll be names you know on this list, but in that 60 seconds, it's there's a random element. Winners of the European Super Cup, there are 5 pointless answers, and they are Anderlecht, won it twice, including beating Bayern Munich. Dynamo Kiev also beat Bayern Munich. Galatasaray, Zenit St. Petersburg beat Man United. Also Mechelen, the Belgian side, were a pointless answer. If at home you said Aston Villa, that's 2 points. Some people at home as well, I suspect, would have said Aberdeen, and they would have scored you 1 point. Now, managers of Bayern Munich. There's a name on this list I don't want to read out, and that's this gentleman at the top. He came on to be Fulham manager, so we'll pass him by and go on to Giovanni Trapattoni, went on to manage Ireland. Sorum Lerby, the Dane, Willy Sagnol, also a pointless answer there. Now, let's take a look, shall we, at players who scored one of Barcelona's top 64 goals. Lots of good names on this list. Carlos Puyol, a pointless answer. Dani Alves. There's Pep Guardiola, who was also a Bayern Munich manager, scored points. So Ronald Koeman you could have had. Hans Krankel. Stoichkov was a pointless answer. Luis Enrique was a pointless answer. Michael Laudrup as well. Philip Cocu as well was a pointless answer. Very well done if you said any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thank you so much, Diane Ray. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £2,500. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.